everyone, here's Jin, here's you. A friend of mine asked me how to heal the entity, so this video I will just share some experience of me how to fit in the entity and healing the entity in a Buddhism way. Thank you. Things that you need to prepare before you want to fit in the entity. So we need to have 2 containers. It's better to have metal container or ceramic container or any container that looks clean and decent. And you will also need a plastic container or anything is bigger than the small container and with a lid. The purpose of that is we can keep the food and water clean and without any dirt, and we can keep them stay for longer, especially on the summertime. The entity is taking the energy of the food instead of eating the food exactly. So you want to keep the energy of the food as clean as possible. If the food gets spoiled, if the food has bugs coming in, the entity will get the energy with the bugs, and they will also get the energy with the spoiled energy as well. So put them with a lid or put them into a bigger container will be very helpful. And you also need to have some natural smell incense before you healing or before you fit in the entity. Food that you can fit to the entity. Water, definitely going to have water. If you don't have any food, water is very important. Rice or oats, it's better to cook them. If you have fresh food that you make it every day, you can prepare some food for them before you eat. It's better to have the clean food for them. But if you really don't have time, it's okay to give them some leftover food as well. And might be some fruit if you wanted to. That's it, it's really simple, isn't it? Basically, it's whatever you think about you can eat, you can give to them. However, some friends maybe will ask me, well, can I give them meat? Can I give them dairy? The answer is better not, because in Buddhism, we have a karma saying, if you feed them animal product or meat, they will transfer those bad karma of killing to the entity. It's not very beneficial for them to lighten up. But if that is what you have, go for it. It's better to feed them instead of think about if you want to do it or not. So many lives in the health or in the other dimension, it is suffering at the moment. So whatever you have, go for it. Think about from your heart and just do the things, follow your mercy. Okay, now we start to find a place to replace the food. If your house is just like mine, is in the second floor, it's better to put in the front yard, because most of the entity, they can't go to upstairs. Only the big entity, they're able to go to upstairs. So if you live in the house and have a front yard like me, place on the front yard instead. But if you live in the uni or apartment, just put in front of the door like this. And if you have some incense, you just light up some incense next to it and start to do the chanting. The chanting I will teach you afterwards, alright? So now let's just go downstairs to the front yard. if your front yard has some trees, it's always better to put underneath the tree, and it's always better to do it at evening time. So I have a wonderful tree in here. Just we're gonna to place the foot over the tree in here. And also, when you have a plant or have a tree that put underneath the tree, please make sure the tree is not bamboo or sage or any holy plant that will cleanse the spirit, because the entity cannot go to those kind of holy plants, so they can't eat it. Now just need to line up the incense. Alright, now you can just put the incense on the ground next to the foot. So that is what we do for fitting the entity. However, if you want to heal the entity or want to get more entity to come over here to eat the food, we do have some mantra to help with. At the beginning, if you think that is difficult for you, you can just write those mantra into a yellow paper like that and put on top instead of chanting them. But if you willing to spend some time to chanting those mantra, will be very beneficial. I do have several mantra in here can help with. So the first one, it is the foot mantra. The foot mantra can help to make all the plants, all the water become the foot energy. It's helping to transfer the foot from 3D to the other energy in the other dimension. And we also have Manjusri water mantra. So it is a mantra that you can purify the energy of the water, and when they get the water energy, they will purify their sin too. And what mantra that we're gonna to do and how many times that you're gonna to do, I will write down detailedly on the subscription. So now it's just quickly to do those mantra to show you what is going to happen. We start from the foot mantra first. You just need to at least do 3 times. If you have more time, it's better to do 49 times. If you have more time and you stay under the tree, that will be even greater if you can do 108 times. Because the time, we just do 3 times at the moment.
Namo, sarva, tathāgatāvalokite. Om, sambhāra, sambhāra, om. Namo, sarva, tathāgatāvalokite. Om, sambhāra, sambhāra, om. Namo, sarva, tathāgatāvalokite. Om, sambhāra, sambhāra, om.
And now the water and food has been purified. If you want to go to the next stage, we do have another mantra to help the entity to increase their energy. Mine can help them to increase their consciousness. What is the mantra? And I will put underneath of the subscription. If you're interested, you're welcome to have a look. Thank you, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you're willing to help the entity, they all will be very appreciated for your help. Thank you, and have a great night.